In your opinion, why is the dismissal of the Leandro case so important right now?
That's such a big question. It feels like an open dismissal of our students and our educators. It feels like a violation of our most basic principles and understandings. For so long, we have openly claimed to want the best for our students, that our students are the future, that every child deserves opportunity and access, that every North Carolinian matters and has worth and potential and contributes to our state. And in abandoning the Leandro case, it feels like we're abandoning hundreds of thousands of young people because they don't live in the right zip code, because they don't contribute to the right campaigns, because those wheels don't get greased. And sort of existentially, it feels like we are saying that a tiered system of opportunity is acceptable in our state. And that's troubling to me as a teacher. It's troubling to me as someone who loves North Carolina. It's troubling to me as someone who simply knows better.
So, what does losing this funding mean for schools like yours?
That's an interesting question because I teach in Chapel Hill Carborough City Schools. I teach in one of the most well funded school districts in our state. What it means, however, is that my students will not have as meaningful a future in our state because their peers will not be prepared to take their place in society in the same ways. It means that they won't get the richness of opportunity of being in the workforce, of being in college and being in careers alongside people from diverse backgrounds, geographically, ethnically, socioeconomically, because we are closing doors for children in less resourced communities. I was one of those students. I grew up in a small rural community, and I know without question that my perspective opened the eyes of many of my peers at my private university. I was one of the first people that some of my friends had met from a rural place, from a working class background. And I fundamentally believe that my lived experience made their lives richer and better. And so when we don't serve all children, we are actually denying all children from the best future possible. We are made better from exposure to perspectives and thoughts and experiences that are different from our own. And without appropriate funding and appropriate resourcing, we are limiting our students in our under-resourced districts to second-class citizenship in our state. And that's simply not who I have ever known us to be. And I know how hard the teachers in those districts are working. They show up for students in ways that are far more profound. Teachers in our under-resourced districts are showing up to provide baseline, like Maslow levels of support. These people are feeding children, they are clothing children, they are ensuring that kids have access to health care, they are working with families who are in transition, they're working with immigrant families, they're working with migrant families. Many of these teachers, long before they have the opportunity to teach skills and standards, are meeting basic whole child needs, and they're doing so out of their own pockets when it is most certainly and unquestionably the duty of the state to do so, especially when the members of those communities are taxpayers to North Carolina.
What do you wish lawmakers better understood about education right now?
Quite frankly, I wish they understood that you can't say you care about children but fail to provide for them. I wish they understood that we can't trust their words when we see their actions. I wish they understood that every investment they make in a child today benefits our collective future tomorrow. And when you pick winners and losers from the cradle, those children don't disappear. The children we fail to educate today are citizens that become court involved and incarcerated and dependent upon the state tomorrow. These children don't disappear when we don't serve them. And it behooves all of us to give every child the best opportunity possible. Number one, it's inherently what they deserve as, from my own faith background, as children made in their creation creator's image. It is inherently the worth of that child. But from a dollars and cents kind of baseline accounting, it is the return on investment for the state is much greater if they invest in children today versus trying to fix broken people tomorrow.
Wonderful, yeah. Gives you hope about the future of public education.
The nearly 100,000 public school teachers and 1.5 million students who show up every day, bringing their gifts, their talents, their genius, their hard work, their efforts, their aspirations. I have had the privilege to work alongside so many phenomenal educators who are meeting current and future needs, who are teaching students foundational skills and helping them build aspirational goals for themselves. And our students have the same grit, the same drive, the same resilience, the same potential as any other cohort of students I've known. What they need is the funding to meet that potential. They need the opportunity and the access to be their best selves and to contribute to both our state and our world. I take heart because I still believe in the foundational principles that led North Carolina to create the constitutional mandate for sound basic education. And I know that lawmakers, whether they are operating under that belief, I know they understand that as well. How they navigate their own principles and morality, I can't answer to, but it's not a far-fetched idea. It's not a foreign concept. It's a pretty simple understanding. And the wonderful thing is, in my advocacy, that basic principle has allowed me to build connection, understanding, and a cohesive system of support for so many students. Education, by and large, has been bipartisan in our state, and there's no reason that it can't be today and tomorrow. I think we have to remember our better angels. I think we have to remember that our students truly are our future.
Thank you so much. That's all the questions I have. Would you like to add anything else?
I am hopeful. And while I'm a little perturbed at the moment, every day my belief and my faith is renewed and restored and reinvigorated by students. Our students have always made a way for themselves. We have met much greater challenges than this in the history of our state. And I know that there are so many North Carolinians who are people of good conscience and goodwill. And I fundamentally believe that we can come together to serve our students. I know that the majority of citizens and the majority of our stakeholders believe in public education. They believe in our teachers. They know we're not indoctrinating children. They know we're not wasting taxpayer dollars. They know we don't have hidden or untoward agendas for our students. They know how hard we work because they have experienced it. They had outstanding teachers who cared about them, who stood in the gap for them. And they know that's happening in schools right now. It may not be the talking point of the moment. It may not advance a given political or partisan agenda, but in their heart of hearts and in the core of their souls, they know the importance of our public schools. And I have to believe that those people of good conscience and goodwill will step up. And if they can't put the pressure on our current lawmakers to do the right thing, they'll replace them.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Ellie.
Keep doing the great work you're doing.